Hey guys, Gibber and Simo here, and today I'm going to be doing my Enhancement Shaman PvP guide, the part 1 for 6.2.3. Compared to my Resto Shaman guide, I'm going to actually start trying to keep these shorter, just keep the important details, because I've got a lot of classes and specs I need to cover, and I want to get it done before a couple months into the season. That's way too late. Alright, so let's get right into it. We'll start off with the talents. I'm just going to cover what you need. So in the first tier, Nature's Guardian, it's a must because it's our only way of healing ourselves or staying alive whenever we're stunned. We have no other, like oh crap buttons except for Shamanistic Rage. The other two are just not worth it. Windwalk Totem, important to help us and another melee. Usually you'll be running like in Turbo Cleave or with some other melee partner. That's what's best for enhancement, roughly. I mean, other comps could work, of course, but this one, it'll allow you and a warrior, for example, in 3s or in 2s, to really stay on that healer, so it's a very nice offensive totem. Call of the Elements is important because it gets you, well, your Windwalk totem back, your grounding, trimmer, earth spring, capacitor, a very vital thing to have. You could take totemic projection if you want to get a capacitor totem and teleport it to the healer, but I would recommend this most of the time. And the next tier, Echo of Elements, is just too important because 2 charges of Storm Strike and Lava Lash really need that. The other two, not fond of it all, especially since Ancestral Swiftness does not work with Hex. Now in this tier, you could go rushing streams if you pick up the Glyph of Healing Stream, where you make your teammates and yourself take 10% less nature, fire, and water damage whenever healed by Healing Spring. But I would mostly recommend Ancestral Guidance, especially in 2s with double DPS. This is mandatory, but in 3s, you want to pop this whenever you know your healer is needing some help, and you can definitely do a lot of healing, especially when you pop this with your burst as well. Your healer will get to be nice and lazy. The next tier, they're pretty much all crap. You're not going to take Elemental Blast. Well, you shouldn't, in my opinion, because you're going to be using a lot of your Maelstrom stacks to heal your teammates. Shamans are pretty nice off healers. Primal Elements, it's not worth it compared to the other two, but I would strongly recommend Unleash Fury, just because it's nice to get that multi-strike chance, and whenever you do get to actually use your Maelstroms for damage, it makes a nice beefy lightning bolt. In the last tier, Elemental Fusion is the only way to go. Once you get 2 stacks, which is from 2 Lava Lashes, you can make your Frost Shock hit really hard. So, couples really well with Frost Shock. Okay, that's all for the talents. There's not that much you can switch around, but this is, in my opinion, is the most optimal build. Okay, we're going to go right into Glyphs. The absolute most mandatory glyph is Glyph of Lightning Shield. You're a high priority DPS target because you're easy to kill, so we want all the damage reduction we can get. So Lightning Shield, mandatory. Next, this I wouldn't use in 2s, Glyph of Flame Shock, but if you're in 3s, I would really use it, because whenever you use your Lava Lash on a target with Flame Shock, your Flame Shock will spread to other people and pets. So that can be some nice healing. And then for the third one, I would really recommend the Frostbrand weapon. That way you don't have to keep using Frost Shock off cooldown just to stay on somebody. But you can always switch that one out. If you don't have a stun on your teammate and you're versing double melee, I would swap this out for Capacitor Totem. Also, if you're versing double melee, this is strictly in 2s, I would take Feral Spirit and swap out Flame Shock, because it's going to be a short match, so you want all the healing you can get. Some other glyphs that I would recommend, Lava Spread, perhaps in 3s, if there's like multiple pet classes and you just want all the Flame Shock everywhere, go with that one. Maybe swap out your Frostbrand weapon. It's for Fire Nova. This is also if it's a lot of pet classes, you can really decide for Fire Nova hitting everybody, if it's proccing off everybody, so that's pretty nice. But 99% of the time, I would run with these 3 glyphs. And for the minor glyphs, I would recommend you grab Glyph of Totemic Encirclement. It just makes it harder because you're going to spawn 4 totems. So it makes it harder for the enemy to single out which totem to kill. And then of course, you can always take the Healing Stream Totem. If you're versing, I would say like Boomkin Mage, definitely grab Healing Stream Totem. Things like that, where it'll benefit versus both DPS. Swap out also Frostbrand weapon probably. Okay, so that covers that on glyphs. Now stat priority is next. The 2 set piece is definitely required. Whenever you use your Feral Spirits, CC is less effective on you. The 4-set piece is not really worth it. You should just go for more, higher priority stats on the offset pieces. Because Wind Fury and WOD just tickles. 2 extra hits isn't much. The main stats we want, well, mainly is versatility. As I said, we're a high priority DPS target. People want to kill us. So we need that versatility as much as possible on everything. It also increases our off healing, which is great, and our overall damage output, which is great. And the next thing is mastery. Because enhancement shamans actually have a great mastery. Just a flat out damage increase for all fire, frost, and nature damage. So from your flame shock to your, I believe your lava lash, because I'm pretty sure that's fire damage, your lightning bolt, frost shock, things like that. It's a great mastery. So same for enchants, you want mastery. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong gear. For enchants, you want versatility. I don't have my right gear equipped. Yeah, all versatility. And of course, get the versatility trinket if you're not human. And then for overall macros, I don't have that many for enhancement. I would just really recommend you have a focus wind shear macro, so you can interrupt a healer or interrupt a polymorph while you're DPSing somebody. And then also have your dispel out. You can only dispel curses, but that's actually really important. When you're versing warlocks to get rid of their banes, or the one that makes it where Chaos Bolt hits multiple people, you want that gone as soon as possible. And then also, of course, if your healer gets hexed, you want that gone. And if you're in a double DPS match in 2s, you probably want to make a macro, just a herp derp burst macro for Ascendants, Feral Wolves, that heal Ancestral Guidance, and pop your trinket. I normally don't recommend doing, like, if you're in 3s, don't use that macro. You want to keep your Feral Spirits for when you're needing to survive, get some good healing. And you really only want to pop Ancestral Guidance when your healer needs some help healing. Alright guys, that will cover part 1 of this guide. Later, once I finish all the other classes, I plan on doing part 2s, which will include like what your role is in the arena, how you fit in with other teams, and why do other teams want you. And then the third part, I will include gameplay with commentary as to like why I'm doing this. Okay, we're versing this comp, what do we do? What should I expect? How do I counter that? Things like that. It's a slow process, but I'm trying to get it all out as soon as possible. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, or subscribe. It'll help me out a lot, and thank you for watching.